But I know that this time around was also a little dramatic. And Bria, you opened up about this police incident that occurred at Zara. I mean, is there anything else you can share about that situation or anything you'd like to clear up?
To be honest, we are still trying to figure out if there is a lady. Because what my lawyer is saying and the prosecutors, and we also have the US consulate in Paris on the case as well, is like the police aren't really cooperating. They're not trying to give us the police report. They're trying to stall it, and it could take up to 3 weeks to get it. And also they just did a lot of illegal stuff. So like whenever you take in an American into custody, you're supposed to let the consulate know so that they could send like a translator as well as a prosecutor to the police station. They didn't do that. So what they did was they waited for like an hour after we were shopping at the Zara's and like the other boutiques to detain us in the street. And then from detaining us and going through our bags and stuff that we had, my sister and I, they ended up taking us under arrest in the car. Like, we need to do a further investigation. So at that time that they even detained us, they should have made the phone call, which they didn't do. So my lawyer is like, they messed up there. Then when we got to the police station, we weren't able to call our family to let us know. My sister had her phone and she snuck the location to Simon. So no one would have known. And that's why I was calling it a kidnap, because I'm like, you guys took us off the street. You told me a lady said I robbed her and I am a suspect, because all they could say is suspect of robbery for both of us, and we had cocktail dresses on. We were at the Martinez Hotel doing press event. So they arrested us in these cocktail dresses and heels and bags because we had an event to go to. We didn't want to change. We're like, everyone's dressed up. That's the thing. They go dressed up to shopping. So we had these bags, and when they took us into custody and they wouldn't let me call my parents or my boyfriend, I'm like, okay, this is kind of like kidnapping because I can't get a lawyer. They won't get me a translator. They said they don't speak English. So we just kind of had to follow the lead and just be as respectful and calm. And they took the phones from us. And then that's when they're like, okay, come downstairs. They did a butt naked strip search to the crack, like bend over, let's see. Took off my earrings, my extensions. Then they did a drug and alcohol testing down there. They weren't supposed to do that as well. They did a lot of illegal, corrupted stuff. And then another detective ended up stripping us butt naked again in the office. So it's a lot, but they didn't report any of this. So when I went back after he had the location and he was able to come and find us, he ended up getting in touch with a detective that was there who can speak German, because they wouldn't speak English to us. They told me not to talk to them. And he was going nuts. Like, you better release my girlfriend. You have the wrong person. I don't know why you stopped her and her sister. And then we stuck by your side. So I'm like, I didn't have any interactions with a lady. Yeah. So that's why we think that it was kind of an illegal search, and that the police kind of made up like it's a lady that said you robbed her. Because I'm like, how can I get away with robbing somebody in public? Like, how can I rob somebody? Like, where's the footage of me robbing? So he was like, I think that
it completely makes no sense. And it's a scandal. Like, we are at Cosette, we're next to Martinez, we're at the Versace store. So all the famous people walking over there.
And like Gigi Hadid walking down the street, like next to us, like it's nothing. So how can I get away with robbery? My sister and I, we're two young girls, get away with robbing a woman in broad daylight. Like, how is that? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And they think that the police report is going to be empty because there is no lady, and that they just wanted to do a legal search. Simon thinks it's deeper. Like, tell him what you think. That
I mean, I don't want to make any claims at this point. What could be the case? I'm just saying this is completely wrong. Like, just imagine everywhere is great actors. You walking in like a gallant dress, and
somebody can point at you
somebody, and then the police can come with 10 people and take you into custody and strip you butt naked without giving you your rights. So that's completely corrupted as.
Yeah, I'm so sorry that you and your sister experienced that. What was kind of going through your head the moment you realized what was happening? I'm sure you were scared.
I started crying and I was freaking out. And my sister's 20 and I'm 27. And she was more calm. She was like the calm one. And I was just like, how are you so calm? And she's like, we didn't do anything. But I'm like, yeah, but this is wrong. Like, everything is out there. People were taking video. That's why I did a TikTok video about it, because I wanted the people who did video and like photos to release it, because the stores, like the Versace store, is not releasing the footage, and the hotel where the cameras were pointing are not going to cooperate. They'll cooperate if it's like a court thing, and then the judge will have to order the footage. That's the only time they'll release it to us. So I was like, if there's any innocent bystanders that were recording, because I did see people and I started freaking out and having a panic attack, especially when I was down there, because they took us where they were holding men. We all saw men behind the thing screaming at us and like screaming. So I thought they were going to put us with them down there. So I started freaking out, having panic, and I already have anxiety and panic attacks. And I was like, oh my God, like we're going to die. I don't know what's going to happen. Like, I know every country is different when you're under arrest. And I'm like, I don't know what the procedure is here, but like, if they put us down here with these men, like we're done. Like we're going to die. So I thought we were going to like get either beat up, raped. And I just couldn't feel my heart. And I was crying, and I was just like, why are you guys doing this? And they were just like, shh, don't talk. And then they were, one of the big guys, it was like, we're trying to figure out what to do with you guys. We don't, like, he could say that in English. We don't know what to do. We're trying to figure out what to do with you guys. And I'm like, but we didn't do anything. And then the police officer would be like, the other one would be like, you need to be quiet. Shut up. Don't talk.
I was running after I got the call. I was running to the place, but there already was in the police car, and then I took directly a taxi going to the police. And when I arrived, I go like crazy. I'm like, what's going on with you guys? Like, what's happening?
And they were
here?
just like looking at him because they couldn't talk. So they had to call a translator.
I called a translator, and I told them like, she's famous and whatever. And the translator translated to the girl, and the girl in French is saying, I don't give a I don't care if she's famous. Just give name and stuff like that. Yeah. And then finally one detective came out, and he lived in Germany for 6 years, so he could speak German. And then I explained him the whole everything, that she's on TV, that she has money, that she don't have to steal from anyone. And then he's like, yes, obviously it's a misunderstanding, something went, and he apologized to me. And then I told him, please go now, tell the other people that she didn't do anything, that they will release her. And he's like, yes, they will release her in 5 minutes. But another 20 minutes, 30 minutes happened before she was released, and they even made her strip again the second time.
But then tell him what he told you about the lady.
Yeah, I mean, I told him like, this obviously is like racial profiling, and he said no, he thinks it has been done out of jealousy.
Wow. I'm so sorry.
He doesn't believe that, and I don't believe that too, because they didn't give me, they made me sign papers in French, also illegal. So I don't know what I signed. They said I wouldn't be able to leave unless I signed it. And then they didn't give me the police report. They said I'm not entitled to that. They wouldn't give me the paper that I signed. They just was like, bye. And then I ended up going back with a translator an hour later, and they had gave us a fake case number. And the only reason why my lawyer was able to find it, she's so amazing. She's a French lawyer who is like working around the clock with this, and with the prosecutor is, my sister's name was in the system. So they found the case under my younger sister. So they registered in her there, and she's never been in trouble. So that's why I was crying, because I'm like, you took an innocent girl who's been homeschooled her whole entire life. I take her to France to come to the film festival. She just got into film school. And then we've been taken off the streets with, the law has been broken. And then you strip us both butt naked. You don't even know if she's a virgin. You don't know anything. And then the way you guys treated us, and to release us with not the lady's name who filed. We couldn't file a complaint back. We couldn't file a complaint against the police department. We didn't get anything. They didn't know that we could hire a lawyer. They knew we were Americans, and they kept on saying like they're Americans, like Americans, but they were, somebody who was overseeing it was like, no, let's just take them in. But I don't think they knew we had the money to fight with the lawyer, because we got a good lawyer. And then we involved the US consulate, and we called the embassy, and the mayor of Cannes. So all these people are like very disappointed that this happened, and now they're launching a big
And the
investigation.
prosecutor is
Sure.
starting
Yeah,
to investigate against the police and everyone who was
is
involved.
involved.
Well, sending you good vibes for justice.
Yes.
And I'm glad that you guys are working so hard to figure out what needs
Yeah.
to happen here.